Hey, I'm Kev Kems. Welcome back to Monster Energy Supercross as we head to the penultimate round of the season around the MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, with Kev Hillman right in the title battle. Where can he claim the lead? Heading to the final race. Series high side on the outside, beginning the penultimate round of the season. Let's get underway for the 4-minute heat race. And there's lots of on the inside, lots of riders caught up in that bank on the inside. Well, for Hillman, looks like he's battling for the top 5. Whoa, who's that? Donald Savage being absolutely savage. A nice idea with that move. We've got Blake Baggett, of course, finished second to higher side last time out in Salt Lake City. Looking to renew acquaintances here in East Rutherford, New Jersey, the MetLife Stadium. So it looks like Hillman's got back by at least trot. Got Roczen down in 7th, not making it through at the moment. And on his high side as well, needs one more position round. Donald Savage, there we go, easy by up into 4th. We've got Cole Cedes pulled away in the lead by 1.5 seconds. Got Dean Wilson that has Varna. It's got Trent Conrad as well, battling for 3rd, but outside down the inside into 2nd on another new bike. It may say Yamaha on the results screen. For some reason, they just didn't update it for this round, but he is actually on a Suzuki because, of course, Chad Reed, Cooper Webb, not his favourite people, and so he didn't stay around with the team after kicking their asses last time out. So he's now on a Suzuki alongside Malcolm Stewart, Justin Barsha. We'll see how well he does, if he can actually stick with this team for the final 2 rounds of the season. Let's go through the final couple of corners. 53.6, right on the pace, 2.2 seconds behind Seeley though. Well, they get the fee in this first set to be opening up loads of time and everyone else. Look at that, he's 3 seconds back apparently, but now he's right in the arse. Let's see, he's got Blake Baggett in 5th. Roczen not making manoeuvres. Like high side is on his teammate for the lead. Down the inside of the Honda. Oh, sliding right in the right-hander. Trying to block off Seeley. They're getting their elbows out, and this is just a heat race. Get the pair in for the main event, obviously. And they're battling there. As the next side, Hillman has won this round. Takes the lead. Goes for the final couple of corners. Sets a 51.8. That would be tough to match by anyone. But other than this, Yamaha, that's not a Yamaha, it's a Suzuki. He's got Dean Wilson in 3rd, Trent in 4th, Blake Baggett in 5th. So Roczen nowhere to be seen at the moment. That's big for the championship. He's struggling to find form around this circuit. Of course, Seeley as well right up there. So the KTM twins, Dungey and Muskin. It's incredibly close as reached the climax of this season. Could be heading towards, seems to feel that everyone wants, with quite a number of riders on pretty even footing points wise, and it's just a winner takes all in that final round as Baggett up to 4th. Looks like Trent's falling backwards, down to 5th now. It's on the penultimate lap. Hillman's just pulled away from Seeley. He's loving this circuit. Roczen up to 5th. Oh, he's making moves now, is the German. Go over the whoop section. You've got to lean back so far heading into the second part of that whoop section to make sure you're not just bumping uglies with it. You're actually riding over it nice and smooth. At the moment, it's Suzuki, Honda, Husqvarna, KTM. 4 different manufacturers through the top 4. You've got the second Honda of Roczen. In 5th, in 4th, he's ahead of Baggett. As we go on to the final lap, 52 from Hillman. So he's backing up that 51 pace, not just a random lap and not an anomaly. I can speak very fine English. It's only my first language. As got Wilson still in a very solid third. Seely very comfortable in second. Of course, very comfortable in the lead is Kev Hillman. Let's go through the middle part of this lap. This circuit's so flowing, as you can see. Even that last section with the switchbacks, still incredibly satisfying. You can nail that line just right. Got a little whoop section. And for the final corner, they lean backwards and celebrate a heat race victory. So it's Hillman ahead of Seely, Wilson and Roczen sneaks through ahead of Baggett, who really did suffer pace-wise. So did Trent as well, both on KTMs. Be interesting to see if Dungey and Musquin also suffer pace rise as the main event goes on. As looking further down, got a Kawasaki in 9th with Donald Savage, who's very savage at that start. And you can right at the back, it's Johnny Taylor that has Farner. So let's see what Hillman can do. Can he grab another victory and really make that gap virtually zero heading to the season finale in Las Vegas?
The final race of the evening, the Monster Energy AMA Supercross and FIM World Championship main event. Hi everybody, I'm Ralph Shaheen. Welcome to our live coverage from MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The world's fastest Supercross riders have battled hard just to make it to this moment. Who will rise up and stand on the top step of the podium tonight? He has the speed and the style that makes him a fan favorite.
So here's Hillman, revving up alongside Dungey and Anderson. Seely in 4th, Musquin in 5th. As we get underway for the main event. Very crowded on the inside, but everyone makes it through this time. Let's look at this, it's very crowded at the front. Hillman gets pushed back, so does Anderson. So is Musquin. Got Justin Barsha. You can see if you've got Hillman riding the wrong way. He's been told to pick up his bike. Roczen way down the order in 13th. Let's see what Hillman can do then from this lonely position in the middle of a couple of Hondas at the moment. Down the inside of Brayton. He's got Roczen pushing him. Oh, he gets into tough blocks but powers his way through. Goes down the inside of his former teammate Cooper Webb. So of course very happy to see him. Now outside down the inside of Trent. But he's battling back. But that's the good thing about that last section with the switchbacks. Goes side by side in both of them as they go on to the second lap. Looks like it's Hillman up into the top 10. Up to 6th. Hell of Anderson of Barsha maybe went down. Got Musquin in front battling with Dean Wilson. Looks like the KTM's winning that fight. But here comes the Suzuki. Down the inside of both Wilson and Musquin. Oh, the Frenchman playing rough. Oh, it's like going very wide. Through the left. Oh, he's getting superb run down the inside. The KTM of his former, well, I say former teammate, he was a factory rider. Hillman wasn't for most of this season. You say manufacturer buddy, surely. Or manufacturer mate. As he gets up to 4th, Chad Reed, the veteran. Once again having a superb outing on his Yamaha. Up in 3rd at the moment, it's Seely and Dungey battling like a hell for the win. As we approach a quarter of the race gone, and somehow from outside the top 10, Hillman's in 3rd. In just a couple of laps. Still got Reed right in his arse. But it looks like the Suzuki's running well around here. As they go over these set of jumps, so tricky to get them right. Especially that last one, don't be carrying too much speed through there. Hillman, consistent with the 53s, is doing enough to close this gap. 2 seconds in front of his title rivals. Has he got just about 3 minutes gone in this main event? Looks like Reed's being caught up by Muskin as well for 4th. That's all. Maybe not being in 3rd's the best idea out of that corner. Let's see, half a second separate 4th and 5th. About the same gap which separate 1st and 2nd. As here comes Hillman. Really closing the gap to Dungey and Seeley. As the American lead is KTM. And Hillman ransackles Seeley again for the 2nd time this event. And you notice he does a 52.5 despite battling with the Honda in that last sequence. And battling as they start another lap. Oh, he's so good over this section is Hillman. And takes 2nd from the Honda. It's just the KTM in front of Dungey. What a win this would be from out of the top 10. They owned that first lap. Well, part of that first lap. After riding the opposite direction and being told to pick his bike up by the officials. But they always sit over the barrier. He's got going again quickly though. Always had it running. And now he's right in the tail of the guy who was almost riding into by him. It's almost side by side. Approaching halfway mark of this race. Another fast lap from him on 52.2. It's not quite in the 51s, but he's getting closer. You can see lots of riders going in the air in front in the midfield. Dungey's got good pace in the lead. Hillman less than a second behind. Seeley dropping back 2 seconds. Roxon's up to 4th. Where has Kane come from? He's somehow leapfrogged Muskin and Chad Reed. He's setting into 5th as the Yamaha man. Was former teammate of Hillman. I think the whole grid can say that now. But he used to be a manufacturer, mate. As high as that goes into the final corner. Oh, he's blocking Dungey. Is he holding on as he go over the jump? It's gone a bit wide in the first corner. Dungey fights back. This is what we want to see. Oh, he's on Hillman's head, Dungey. Hillman tries to get back into him for that. Obviously gave him a bit of a headache. Oh, no, it's like just does the block on him. Chucks him right in his face. And takes the lead. Can he hold on though as he goes through the left hand? Dungey's not one to back down. And neither is Hillman. He's showing that in the World Championship. And now he's showing it at the top level in Supercross. Now he's ahead of Dungey, it looks like, heading for the final couple of corners. Using a bit of that rear brake to help get that bike rotated in the final corner. And now he leads by 1.3 seconds. He's already pulled out a gap. Oh, easily triples that. Let's see he's caught back up to Dungey. That would be a nice present as well. If he gets past the KTM man. As he's now 3.7 back. Muskin in the top 5 now ahead of Chad Reed. And using the rear brake everywhere now is Hillman. Really is helping us. Look at Dungey and Seeley neck and neck. Oh, he's kind of messed up this section. There's Hillman. As Seeley takes back 2nd, you can see that. Just in front of Dungey. It's a 51.1 from Hillman. Despite messing up that last rhythm section. Not bad at all. What a lap to announce to the field that this is your race. No one is going to deny you as we approach the final quarter of it. Hillman being aggressive, being ruthless. Of course, he got hit by Dungey early in the season. That cost him a win. But he's just done it back to Dungey now. And he's dropped the KTM man down to 3rd. But he's still right in the tail of Seeley. And those two battle hard. Good old Ken could come into play. I think Muskin might be too far back. But you can see it's Honda v KTM behind this Suzuki, which, you know, looks like a Yamaha on all the scoring sheets. I think I've just given up on updating him now. The time and scoring, like, yeah, it's just going to be the new team, new manufacturer next time out. We'll just keep it up to the last one, shall we now? Let's go into this section. Such a good flow around it. When you're in it, like Hillman is, it is beautiful to ride around. As much as it kind of pains me to say, being a New England Patriots fan, and this being New York Giants and New York Jets stadium in the NFL. It's all Dungey, 3 seconds back from Seeley now. Oh, has Seeley put the moves on Dungey as well? So why not going his own way this race? As he moves into the hands of Roczen. Is that KTM pace like we saw in the heat race? Coming to bite them in the arse in the last couple of laps. He's just 0.6 ahead of Roczen. Of course, we saw that with Baggett and Trent as well in that heat race. Seems to be coming to fruition in the main event as well from the top 2 guys. And look at that, he's just 0.3 ahead of Roczen. Got a double Honda podium behind, which would be slightly bad news for Hillman. But good news as well is that we would be taking points off the KTM duo. Not as much of the Honda duo, unfortunately. But Seeley 6.7 back. 3.8 ahead of Roczen now. He has taken third and Dungey has fallen back. What have KTM done here? I mean, they're letting their riders go out hard early on, especially Dungey trying to build that lead. Muskin kind of got sucked up into the midfield wormhole like Hillman did, but doesn't seem to have helped their tyres or helped preserve their bike towards the end of these races. Might have to rethink the strategy for Vegas, the season finale. So they've lost out the Honda and they've lost out the Hillman here. Might be eradicating the letter H from their vocabularies after this. As he's catching up to the back markers now, still 7.7 ahead of Seeley. Roczen's really gained on his teammate as well, 1.7 back. So the upper guy said that was almost 4 seconds when he got past Dungey. But for Hillman, doesn't have to be too aggressive with that traffic as he dips into the 54s now. He really is backing it off now. You might be able to say as well, there goes last. Alright. As he gets past, this is a Lacey as well on the Honda. It is, and he almost clips around the leader. What a cheeky arsehole. As he got C 1.5 ahead of Roczen in onto the final lap. Really is close between a Honda pair. Hillman, you don't need to get involved with it, AC. Just make this nice smooth move down the inside. So 5.5 back, Roczen 8.5 back. So they back the gap's back to around 3 seconds. Don't have to ride too much behind then. For Roczen taking second. Or the win. What a performance from Hillman. Just when he needs it. So the Yamaha branded Suzuki of Hillman beats the 2 Hondas, the 2 KTMs, the 2 Yamahas. The Husqvarna of Anderson, the KTM of Millsaps. Around the top 10 is Brayton. As who did he lap in the end? Was it Lacey and Delye?
The pace of that race was absolutely crazy. They definitely gave it their all.
So heading to the season finale, it's Roczen leading by 3:10. Hillman up to second, just 7 points behind the German. So he needs to win and hope Roczen doesn't finish on the podium. Seeley in third, a single point back. Then you got Dungey in fourth and Muskin in fifth, really out of it after that race. I didn't expect that from the number 1. Then we've got Chad Reed in 6th ahead of Jason Anderson and virtually guaranteed that 6th place. And Dean Wilson in 8th, Baggett in 9th, Millsaps in 10th, Cooper at 11th, Justin Brayton in 12th. Then everyone else way back compared to the top 12. As you look through the field, look how many riders have scored points. 39 now to 41. Just Donald Savage on his Kawasaki and Justin Calhoun on his Yamaha missing out. As we have got one race left of the season, maybe Hillman's Supercross career. Strong rumours he may be heading back to the World Championship after this race, but of course he wants to conquer the Supercross world. He's conquered the 250 class in the East, almost did it in the West. Will we say he almost did it in the 450s, or will we say he did it in the 450s? Run the Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas next time out. You're showing that you're even ready for the 450s. Don't give up right now, says Russell Bridges. I'm not sure if that's a bit sarcastic, being the end of the season now and how we've seen Hillman win quite a few races now. Times of high tension, but I'm confident high side speed. That's more like it from Claire. No one can stop you, high side, says Millie. So he's got lots of support. Head into the final race of the season. We'll find out what bike he's going to be on. You know, who's he going to be riding with, and who is going to win the title. Thanks for watching, and we will find out next time.